Hi guys, Whitney from WSS Equestrian. Welcome to my video on how to be on time for a lead class or a ridden class, how to be on time for a class at a horse show. So this is something we are all guilty of. I'll put my hand up. I'll be guilty. Like, I've missed classes before and it happens to us all, and don't beat yourself up over it. At the end of the day, it just reflects on us and our preparation and getting ready for the horse show. So I just really want to stress to you guys, organization is key in everything. Everything, school, work, our lives, weddings, everything, birthday parties, everything, you name it, horse shows. It is a huge, huge, huge part of success at anything in life is being organized. If you're not organized, it's not going to go well. Or if sometimes you might just get pot lucky, and it does, but more often than not, if you're not organized, you're not going to see the results that you're chasing and that you're wanting, if that makes sense. Okay, so it's really, really, really important that you print out your schedule at least a week beforehand. You run over it, you highlight the items or the classes that you intend to compete in. Sometimes if you're showing more than one horse, classes can clash and you will have issues in that regards, if that makes sense. So it's really, really, really important that you can try and nut out, have help there on the day. Like, I'm a solo, Chloe helps me hugely at horse shows, but like, Chloe's gonna be showing her own horse this year, if that makes sense. And it can be very tricky when you're on your own solo showing horses, particularly more than one horse. So it's really important, if you can, to get help, have assistance with showing horses and having someone stand in if classes are going to clash. Have your helper, your strapper is what we call them. Have your strapper walk over with the horse to the class and be like, "Excuse me, judge, the rider of this horse is just over here doing this class. As soon as they're done, can they come over?" And the judges are really good. More often than not, they will hold the class. If the late day is getting late and they're running out of time and you need to push on, sometimes they'll go, "Look, sorry, we're going to have to keep going," and that's the break. Like, that's just how the cookie crumbles, if that makes sense. So, and you just got to explain it to the judges. You got to communicate and tell judges, "Okay, look, I need to be over in this class. Can I do my workout first and I'll get this over and done with, and then duck over here and blah, 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 and I'll have someone stand in with the horse," if that makes sense. So it's really, really important to have that key communication. So organization and communication is a huge, big part in the showing world when you're at the show competing. So do your very best to do all your homework, do all your organizations, have your fat max. So if you don't know what a fat max is, that is a box that you put all your horse's makeup in. Have that full, ready to go with everything that you're going to need. Practice at home. Do not turn up to a show. I'm guilty of it when I first started. I didn't practice at home, and then you turn up to a show and you wouldn't have the things you needed, and it's just a bun fight, and you get stressed and you get all upset and emotional, and you're like, I had this in my head. This is how it was going to look and this is how it's going to turn out. But if you don't organize and get ready at home first, it's going to show drastically at the day of the show in the show ring, if that makes sense. So it's really important. Try on your bridle. So try on your tack, get it well fitted, fit the bits, the nose bands, the straps, have everything ready to go. So you're not there fuddling and fiddling around and you're panicking and you're rushing and you're running out of time. And you're like, "Oh my gosh, I've got so much to do. I've got to do this, I've got to do that. I've got to plait the forelock, I've got to put the checkers on the bum, put the false tail in, black at the feet," that sort of stuff. You want to minimize as much work as possible. Do as much of everything that you can possibly do at home. And when you turn up to a show the morning of, obviously the day before you plait their mane, the morning of, it depends, there's each to their own. Some people put the false tails in the night before, but I like to put it in the day of, just so the tails don't get dirty, if that makes sense, by the horses peeing and pooping on them throughout the night, if that makes sense. Hello, Kataf, you don't want to be on the camera now. You camera shy. So it's up to you. Practice at home. Do a dummy show. Practice at home. Say, yep, okay, got to be ready by 8:30. You want to be ready by 8:15. You want 15 minutes to be able to walk over to the ring. Before that, you go get your tickets. But walk into the ring and you stand there and you're parading your horse, getting ready to go. You're on show. As soon as you step into the show ring, you're on show. Before you actually go into the class ring that you're in, you're on show. You're walking your horse around. You're not standing around waiting. Sometimes it depends on the weather, but just you want to have that horse active and you want them showing that presence, and you don't want them standing still, resting and sleeping and dozy. You want them going, because the judges will be watching. They will glance and they'll take note. Not that they're judging you out what you're doing on the outside, but they will take that into consideration. They'll see who is out there warming their horse up, getting ready to go, who's got that dedication and practice in mind, if that makes sense. So you want to be doing everything as possible, every minor detail you can do at home. So that'd be your tack, your bridles, your clothing, have everything packed, ready to go, laid out, easy, accessible. So when you turn up to the show, you can just grab your tack, grab your riding clothes, get dressed and set up. So when you go the morning of at a horse show, I recommend doing the plait the mane the night before. And then I like to leave the forelock out until the morning of the show. I plait the forelock. I then put the blanket on their noses and their muzzles. If they've got white markings, if they need extra whitening, you put that white cover cream makeup on it. Then I would do, hello Jessie, then I would do the checkers on the bum, on the quarter marks on the back end. I would then put the blanket on the feet, and then I would put the false tail in. Oh, is that why you wanted to move? I'm sorry. Jessie was in the way. I'm sorry. So for this horse, that's all I would have to do the morning of the show, and then he's ready to rock and roll. Horses like Teddy, he has a white sock, so I would, the night before, wash with purple horse wash, brighten that sock up, and then I would put white cover cream and I would bandage it to help keep it clean through the night before the show, so that I'm not mucking around with it the morning of the show, if that makes sense, guys. So it's much easier with a horse with no white markings on them whatsoever. There's less to do, if that makes sense, in the maintenance and preparing them. They are my most important bits of information when it comes to being organized, ready for the show. Have your food, have the horse's food, border, snacks, everything ready for you. So, and have breakfast. Please have breakfast. I'm guilty of it. I won't eat. Like, I'll get up and just go like the clappers. Then I'll come home at 4 o'clock and I'll eat something, or I'll eat something at lunchtime at the show. But I highly suggest, guys, eat your food, have the energy there. Do not let yourself go. Like, you get really hot shows and people will faint and fall off horses. So it's really, really, really important that you look after yourself, you look after the horse, give them as much food and water throughout the day. Obviously, you don't let them eat too much because the bits will get dirty and yucky, and we don't want that in the show ring. You want clean bits. So yeah, that is just the really, really, really important parts. Know your routine, know what you need to do to prepare your horse for the show ring, and then practice it at home. Then make yourself a run sheet. I will make a digital download and I'll put it up on my website. That'll be coming in the future. Stay tuned on my Instagram channel for that announcement. But I'll create a run sheet, and then you can print it off and you can fiddle with it and write out your own run sheet, what you think you should be doing the day before, week before, month before, 3 months before the show, if that makes sense. Ideally, it's 3 months before the show. You need to be doing lessons, finding a coach, doing lessons at least once a week or once a fortnight, and working your horse 4 to 6 days a week to get that muscle build, the performance and all that. And then having all your tack ready, knowing all the tack that you need, taking it off as you buy it, and you collect it all. But if you've already got it, that's great. And then putting it into work. Practice makes perfect at the end of the day. So it's really important that you practice at home, and then when you turn up to show, it's less stressful. You've got your A game, you know what you're doing, you know how you're gonna bring everything together to go and then compete in the show ring. It's really, really, really important that you're calm, cool, calm, collected. You're not in a rush. You're not running into the ring going, wait for me. We want to eliminate that as much as possible. It happens. Things happen. Things will throw our routine out of whack, but we just got to roll with the punches and just keep going. Don't let it affect you. Don't let it throw you off your game. Stay focused. Do what you can do. Sometimes you can't do too much, but you just got to keep going and work with what you've got and what's going on. So, guys, thank you for listening to me ramble on again today. I hope it was of some help. Once again, so this question was from someone on Instagram who reached out to me and asked me this question. So I hope that was some help, and it helps you in the future in your show horse world success. Showing is a great sport. It is lots of fun, and I do just want to encourage as many other people to get in and get involved and exhibit their horses and grow as a rider in your horsemanship and with your horse riding career. So guys, thank you very much for joining me in my video today. If you're not already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn on that notification bell to stay up to date. I will release videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. Thank you very much for joining me. Again, if you've got any questions, leave them in the comment section down below, or reach out to me on Instagram and I'll do my best to make a video and help you to prepare for showing with ease. Alright guys, good luck with all your show horse riding adventures. Bye!